Hello, race fans, and welcome back to the More Freedom Series. Today we have traveled to the New Hampshire International Speedway for the New Hampshire 80. This is going to be race number 24 in the More Freedom Series Season 6, and the points race is getting hot, so let's go through your current top 10. Your points leader is the 51 of AJM. Second's going to be the 122 of Adam Victor. Third will be the 61 of Chevy. Fourth will be the 88 of NM. Fifth will be the 67 of the Mini Checks. Sixth will be the 11 of TC Roberts. Seventh will be last week's winner, the 799 of Mike Check. Eighth will be the 96 of Nico. Ninth will be the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. And rounding out your top 10 will be the 13 of King of the Aces. Let's check in on those team and chassis standings. Aces to Zed Motorsports still leads the way. MBR closing in second place. Third will be TPRG. Fourth will be the Drop Bear Racing Team. And rounding out your top 5 will be Amish Buggy Racing. Chassis standings are Dodge, Toyota, and Chevy. So let's look at all things points here today for the New Hampshire 80 here at the New Hampshire International Speedway. They're getting these cars dialed in here at New Hampshire, and I think it's about time. So let's go racing. As I get the cars fired up and out on the track, let's go through your starting top 10 today for the New Hampshire 80. Starting on the pole will be the 11 of TC Roberts, and on his outside, the 77 of Zip. Starting third will be the 25 of JTM, and on his outside, the 544 of Frederick Winklebaum. Starting fifth will be the 420 of Queen of Hearts, and on her outside, the 42 of Mel Say What. Starting seventh will be the 471 of Kung Fu Beer, and on his outside, the 61 of Chevy. Starting ninth will be the 29 of Wishbone Attack, and running out top 10 will be the 00 of Mudbone. So TC Roberts for Aces to Zed Motorsports puts his car out on the pole for the first time this season. He's got some wily veterans right here with the 25, the 544, and the 77. Getting ready to do battle here at New Hampshire for the New Hampshire 80. It's sort of flattish, but a little bit of banking as the beautiful orange and black Dodge Challenger pace car is in, waiting on the starter's decision. The green flag is out. We're underway here for the New Hampshire 80. TC with a heck of a jump early going here at New Hampshire. The battle on the track is going to be for the second position between the 25 of JTM and the 77 of Zip in the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. Zip's going to win that battle. He's going to move into the second position. JTM back to third, as we have double file for fourth position with the 420 of Queen of Hearts and the 544 of Frederick Winklebaum. Let's bring up your timing and scoring. As always, top 10 will be on your left. Favorite driver scrolling across the top as TC leads the way early going here at New Hampshire, as a battle between the 544 of Frederick Winklebaum and the 420 of Queen of Hearts rages on. Frederick is going to win that one. He's going to move into the fourth position. Queen back to fifth, as now we got a battle for the sixth position between the 471 and the 42. So KFB, in his comeback season here in the More Freedom Series, has had a rough go this year. He is trying to move up in the standings. I mean, he's way back in 32nd, and so he's just trying to get his sea legs, as it were, here in the More Freedom Series again. I think his highest finish of his career in the championship was second in Season 1 to King of the Aces. Very, very close second. I think it was mere points, as Frederick is getting real racy early going with the 25 at JTM here. So JTM has Frederick all over his back door in hot pursuit for RP Racing and the Dunkin' Donuts Domino's Dodge. Goodness. So he's in hot pursuit of JTM right now. Your leader on the track, that 11 of TC Roberts, is led from the drop of the green flag. What a heck of a jump, by the way, by that 11 of TC Roberts. He was able to get that power down on the inside and get a great jump over the 77 of Zip. TC, looking for his first win of the season here in the More Freedom Series, has quietly inched his way into the top 10. Actually, yeah, the top 10. He's running sixth right now in the points. He's going to get at least 10 bonus points right now for starting on the pole and leading a lap. He runs about, 40 points-ish, 45, 43 points back from the 67 of the mini check, so it could be a great day for that 11 of TC Roberts. Again, quietly into the top 10 with no wins, but 5 top 5s and 9 top 10s here this season. So, great season so far. Listen, knock on wood, because you know how it goes. Knock on wood. He's going to try to keep it up here today, as Frederick is now down to the inside of that 25 at JTM. So Frederick's car looking pretty stout early going for RP Racing. His teammate, the 33 of Harvey Jones, is currently running back in 24th. So Frederick is, let's see how he's doing this season. He's got 1 win as per usual for that 544. 3 top 5s, 6 top 10s. His teammate, the 33 of Harvey Jones, actually 1 win as well. 4-7-1 for him. So Harvey up there in the standings a little bit higher. So Harvey's in 14th and Frederick in 24th. But JTM is racing him hard on the outside. I think a lot of that's going to come from the help. I mean, you're getting a little bit of draft here at New Hampshire. So a little bit of draft help by the 420 of Queen of Hearts, but I don't think that's going to matter, as fast lap of the day is by the 77 of Zip at 132.094 miles per hour, as Frederick is able to work around the 25 of JTM. It looks like he's probably going to lose that spot to Frederick and possibly the 420 of Queen of Hearts. We're going to see in just a moment. Nope, Queen is not going to be able to make that pass. Frederick jumping up in front of the 25 right there just kind of broke that draft, and so she's not able to get around the 25 here. But you never know, it could be only a matter of time, as Aces to Z Motorsports again looking strong here, as they've got the race leader and Queen of Hearts into the 5th position. So there is the 799 of Mike Check, last week's winner in spectacular fashion at Daytona. With the help of his Drop Bear Racing teammates, pulls out a win last week. He is now up to the 8th position after starting in 11th here today, as we got a battle on the track between the old man and his boy, the 00 Mudbone, and the 29 of Wishbone Attack. Mudbone's working around the inside, and here comes the 51 of AJM, the points leader. He is now getting a crossover move by the 777 of Seabass here. So Seabass trying to put AJM back a position. AJM worked up into the 12th position there. Actually started the race in 14th, so he gained a couple spots, but Seabass trying to push him back 1, as we see his competitors in the points. Back here, there is the 122 of Adam Victor and the 61 of Chevy right here together on the track. So Adam trying to work down to the inside of the 13 of King of the Aces, who runs 10th in the points, as that 61 of Chevy is trying to move up here. Again, there's only, I don't think I mentioned this earlier, 2 points separates the top 2 in the standings right now, and Chevy's within striking distance. He's currently now, after last week's race, he fallen 41 points back from AJM here. So any spots ahead of AJM is going to help either one of these drivers, especially the 122 of Adam Victor. Again, only 2 points separating them right now in the team championship, as the 51 of AJM able to stay to the high side, keep his position in front of the 777 of Seabass, as we do see the same with the 29 of Wishbone Attack, able to keep his spot on the 00 of Mudbone. Back up to the front of this field, your leader still the 11 of TC Roberts. Zip kind of falling back here, a couple of 2-3 car lengths right now is at 77 of Zip, so a very, very strong car early going for the 11 of TC Roberts. We're honestly about halfway through the fuel stint here at New Hampshire. We're going to hit about 25 laps. I'm sorry, we're working lap 14. We're going to hit about 25 laps here today before they need to pit, and with the 75-lap race, so you can imagine it's going to be a 2 pit stop race here today. And you know, you have to talk about it this early. Is a 2 pit stop race, that puts them at 50 laps if they go 25 both times, and so you are dangerously close to the end of the race. And, you know, barring no cautions, dangerously close to the end of the race before you have to pit again. So we're going to see if TC out here in the front, who now, I thought for a second there, the 77 of Zip was trying to make a move here. As we see the 420 of Queen of Hearts battling with the 25 of JTM, that is loud. The 471 of Kung Fu Beer, the 42 of Mel Say What, the 799 and a host of others to catch up to them, as this is a battle on the track for the 4th position right now. KFB working to the really high side here. We saw KFB come down and give, I think he pretty much gave the 420 at Queen of Hearts a little bit of bump, saying, hey, I think it's about time you get out of the way, as his teammate and car owner, the 799 of Mike Check, now into the picture. So Queen is going to take that bump to heart and actually put the hammer down here to work around that 25 at JTM. So JTM falling back here, caught on the outside right now, as KFB is not going to be able to make that pass. Here comes the 799 of Mike Check. So Mike started, I think I may have already said this, Mike started today's race back in 11th position. That puts him into the 8th position right now. As I'm checking in on your leaders still. Your leader is the 11 of TC Roberts. Frederick's about 1.2 seconds back right now. We'll catch up to him. Zip is slowly falling back, I think, a little bit here. Nah, he's maybe maintaining. He's about 0.2 of a second back. So a couple car lengths, actually, I think that's about 5 now. 5 car lengths now back to the second place, the 77 of Zip. Working lap number 21 right now. So we are getting close to pit stops happening here today at New Hampshire. And as you can imagine, we have Zan a lap down here. We'll try to catch up to him. Not sure what happened. He has been into the pits. I'm going to check that car for damage as he works around the track here. So I don't know if that was an early pit stop by the 12 of Zan, or if he had been involved in a scuffle on the track there. So we've got the 11 of TC Roberts still leading the way here today at New Hampshire. We'll jump back through this field as JTM is in the clutches of the 471 of Kung Fu Beer, as we see a battle on the track between the 42 and the 799. So Mike Check is going to be scored in the position. He is trying to take that away with the help of the 00 and the 29. So the 00 Mudbone able to work around the 29, a wishbone attack here, as again 777 of Seabass trying to work to the inside of the 51 of AJM. So Mike Check able to take over that spot from the 42 of Mel Say What. Mike has moved himself into the top 10 in points, currently running 7th now with that win last week at Daytona. So Frederick is slowly reeling these leaders in. He has knocked about 0.3 off of the lead of the 11 of TC Roberts right now. Still looking at the timing and scoring, trying to see if maybe it's gotten a little bit closer. So it's about 0.9 right now. He was 1.2 back, so he's 0.9 now. Working lap number 23 here. Actually, working lap number 24. So I think TC we're going to see here. We're working lap number 25 now. TC is still, we're going to see if he comes into the pits. So working lap number 25, he's going to stay out, which means we're hoping for 2 pit stops here today at New Hampshire. I wanted to say Daytona, but we're at New Hampshire. So TC's looking for 2 pit stops here today, and as well as the rest of the field, as there is nobody in the pits right now. So We're going to see if they can pull off a 2 pit stop race as TC works around. And you saw him off the gas. He is into the pits, as well as the 77 of Zip and the 544 of Frederick Winklebaum. 799 of Mike Check stays out. He's going to get those 5 bonus points. So Mike Check staying out an extra lap. We'll follow along with your leader, the 11 of TC Roberts, as he comes in for his first pit stop here today at New Hampshire, which is good for him as he definitely slow into his pits right there. Left side, right side tires going on, fuel going into the 11 right now as Mike Check's now scored as your leader. What's great here is TC is going to get in and out of the pits without any issues as Frederick down and away, just absolute hammer down there. So everybody working out of the pits here today as Frederick just absolutely comes out of the pits and is hammered down here. He's down and away. We see everybody else coming out of the pits right now. So Zan is in. It looks like he must have had something go wrong with his car. So we'll see what that means for him as Frederick working around here. Got to keep an eye on the timing and scoring here, as you know how it goes here in the More Freedom Series. So it looks like everybody's able to exit the pits, hopefully okay, as we will go through your current top 10. I believe that Frederick is now scored as your leader. So your leader, again, the 544 Frederick Winklebaum, out to the lead of this race here at New Hampshire as we are closing in on halfway right now. So we're about 26 laps in, 27 laps in. Frederick is your leader. Second place is going to be the 11 of TC Roberts. Third will be the 420 of Queen of Hearts. Fourth will be the 77 of Zip. Fifth will be the 471 of Kung Fu Beer. Sixth will be the 29 of Wishbone Attack. Seventh will be the 799 of Mike Check. Eighth will be the 999 of Deviant. Ninth will be the 777 of Seabass. And rounding out your top 10 will be the 8 of Moon Bunny. Also, right there to note, there is Frederick's teammate, the 33 of Harvey Jones, now up to the 11th position here. Harvey started today's race in the, so many numbers to look through. He started back in 27th. So Harvey up to 11th after starting 27th. So a good day for RP Racing right now, as we got the leader and the 11th place right here. As the Drop Bear Racing team also having a good day. They got 3 drivers so far in the top 10. The 799, the 999, and the 471. All into the top 10 right now. KFB right there on the back bumper of the 77 of Zip, as we'll check in on your leader, the 544, Frederick Winklebaum. Currently leads this race by 1.2 seconds over the 11 of TC Roberts. TC with a little bit faster of a lap that last go around. And speaking of laps, highlight the fact that the 47 of Dash has the fastest lap of the day here today at 132.112 miles per hour. And we don't know what that is in kilometers because we speak freedom units here. So KFB is trying to get to the back bumper of that 77 of Zip. We'll move back here as Deviant clears the 799 of Mike Check and is just running away here now, as I know that I think they were trying to have a powwow earlier this week about the Drop Bear Racing team, and maybe that powwow worked a little bit. Yeah, say, hey, stop giving all the parts to the kids, like maybe give some parts to us. So yes, Deviant now worked around the 999. Battle here with the 77 and the 799. Three-way battle here with the 8 of Moon Bunny, the 33 of Harvey Jones, and the 51 of AJM, your points leader. Again, AJM, 2 points up right now. His next competitor is the 122 of Adam Victor, who is the next car behind him. So you can't say enough about this rookie, the 122 of Adam Victor for DM Motorworks. He has had an exceptional rookie season here this year. They have given him just a fantastic car this season, and he's been able to pull off one win this season, 7 top 5s, and 9 top 10s with 2 poles this year. So Adam really has had a fantastic rookie campaign here in the More Freedom Series, as well as the 61 of Chevy. You can't deny that one either. Chevy has had an amazing rookie campaign here in the More Freedom Series as well, as he runs back here right now in the 18th position now. He's fallen back to 18th, but he has had a fantastic rookie campaign as well here in the More Freedom Series. Has led the points for multiple weeks this year, currently back to 3rd in points. A couple stretches of some rough stretches here and there. Like last week, we could check that. I just go to the race stats, and last week I don't think he didn't have a DNF, but he finished way back in 30th. So rough week last week for 61 of Chevy, and the previous week he actually finished 2nd. So it's not like it was a bad week 2 weeks ago. It's just 1 week, but the racing is so close right now here in the More Freedom Series that 1 week is just kind of detrimental, as we see the 51 of AJM working to the inside of the 33 of Harvey Jones here. Battle on the track for, I believe, the 11th position. That is correct. So battle on the track for the 11th position. AJM's going to take that away. And, I mean, you got to highlight the fact that AJM has had rough seasons here in the More Freedom Series, as Harvey doing the crossover move into turn number 1 here at New Hampshire. He was like, hey, bro, I'm going to get that place back, man. That's my Harvey impression. So Harvey not able to complete the crossover move. AJM just a little bit stronger there after the pass. But, yeah, you can't talk. I mean, AJM, I think he's got like 3 wins on his career here in the More Freedom Series. So 3 wins in 60. I mean, 3 wins is not terrible for a driver over the course of your career, only in 6 seasons. But he's had a rough go at times here in the More Freedom Series. So it's nice to see him actually doing well this season as well. I mean, there's other ones that you got to highlight, especially the 11 of TC Roberts and him and his move up the standings this season. We're going to try to catch up to TC, as he has now ran down the 544 Frederick Winklebaum, who will have led today's race at halfway. Now the fastest lap of the day is by the 999 of Deviant at 132.715 miles per hour. So Deviant takes over the top spot in the fastest lap, as he has caught up to the 29 of Wishbone Attack and is within striking distance of his teammate, the 471 of Kung Fu Beer here. We'll catch back up to your leader, the 544 Frederick Winklebaum, as he has almost has a mirror full of the 11 of TC Roberts at this point. So TC has ran down the leader, the 544 Frederick Winklebaum. And, I mean, we are about a little bit over halfway through that fuel stint, closing in on lap number 44. We've completed 44 laps. So we got about 10-ish laps to go. No, I'm sorry. We have about 6 or 7 laps before we see pit stops here today. They got to get past that 50 lap mark, unless they're figuring that they're going to try a short pit in the middle to get more fuel now to have less fuel at the end of the race, which we saw a few weeks ago. So Wishbone trying to work around that 471 of Kung Fu Beer, as his team's probably like, hey, the 999 of Deviant, who is like, now I am actually much faster than you. His team must have been like, hey, you need to get the hammer going here, as Deviant is not wasting any time now. As Mike Check probably going to try to play catch up here. We're going to jump back. We're going to see Adam is working with his teammate here, the 42 of Mel Say What. They're trying to push to the back bumper, that 33 of Harvey Jones, as Deviant on the track now has that position from the 29 of Wishbone Attack. Mike Check is almost within striking distance here. If Deviant holds it out just a little bit longer, Mike might be able to get to the back bumper of these two guys battling on the track for the 6th position here. Jump back up to the front of the field, as we do see now officially, as a mere full of that 11 of TC Roberts, as we are working lap number 48. So Frederick about to have his hands full with the 11, and we're going to see if he can keep TC back there behind him. Yes, an RP Racing historically with Frederick has amazing pit stops. So, 25 laps, if he can keep TC back behind him for 25 laps, that's all he has to do. Get out of the pit stops, get enough lead, keep TC behind him for 25 laps, and he's got a win here today at New Hampshire. But again, anything can happen here in the More Freedom Series. Frederick could come in number 1, come out 36th. So you never know. Like, fingers crossed for everybody here on the track here today, as they see this battle happening between the 11 of TC Roberts and the 544 Frederick Winklebaum. So again, closing in on pit stop for our second pit stop here today, which would be the one for the final time. I think at this point, they are good to go to the end of this race. So anytime that anybody starts pitting, that'll be it. Everybody's good to go. So, really right now, it's a matter of Frederick he's got the 5 for leading a lap. He's got the 5 for halfway. He's 1 lap short of tying TC for the number of laps led here today. So they are going to work around the track here for another time. So Frederick is going to tie TC with this lap for the highest number of laps led. Again, you get 5 bonus points for leading the most laps here in the More Freedom Series. And I know I've talked about it before, is those bonus points throughout the course of the year make a huge difference at the end of the season, as we saw last year with, we saw that a battle a couple years ago in the IROC series, and we saw it last year as TC is into the pits. Frederick stays out for another lap. He's going to have led the most laps now, and, again, we saw that last season in the More Freedom Series when Nico was able to overtake King of the Aces right there at the end of the season, and when you look at the points that separated them, you're talking 5 bonus points here and there by the 96 of Nico, and that's really what pushed him over the edge. And a couple bad races right there at the end of the year for the 13 of King of the Aces, as Frederick is into your pits for the final time as he works down pit road. The 8 of Moon Bunny going to take over. She's going to lead a lap. So Frederick comes into the pits for the final time. They're going to try to push as much fuel as they can into that car. He's got a good run into his pit stall right here. He is going to get in. He's got right side tires going on. He's got fuel going in. Get as much as you can to get to the end of this race. It's going to be a 4-tire stop for the 544 Frederick Winklebaum here today at New Hampshire. Those tires are on. Fuel is in. Car is down. He is away. We will see where that puts him on the track after all these pit stops get done. Again, Moon Bunny takes over the lead of this race, so she's going to get her 5 bonus points here today. She's quietly moved up to 13th, she's moved up to 16th in the points. And listen, Moon Bunny's had a rough go this season. She's had a very, very rough go this season, so moving up to 16th in the points is a astronomical feat for her. Looks like the 88 of NM might be in last place, as probably the 544 Frederick Winklebaum, it will be your leader. We'll find out in just a moment, as we're working around the track here and figuring out where everybody lives on this track. And JTM might have fallen a lap down here. At least that's what I'm seeing right now. So problems. Nope, he is not a lap down. Timing and scoring just updated. Last car on the lead lap indeed is the 88 of NM. We have a yellow flag, folks. We have a yellow flag on the track. So the 544 Frederick Winklebaum, as we see smoke in the turn right there, he's going to take the yellow flag here with 18 laps to go. And this is going to be a different race after this yellow flag gets over. We're going to see if Frederick decides to do anything in the pits, if TC does anything in the pits. You're talking, what, 5-6 laps? No, not even that. Like 3 or 4 laps on those tires. See if anybody is a taker for pit road, as that looks like it's going to involve the 67 of the mini checks. According to timing and scoring. So Frederick doesn't come into pit road. We will see what brought out this caution. Well, this caution is going to be brought out contact between the 67 of the mini checks and the 23 of Fuller Than You, a known wrecker. So let's see this happen. Rough hit into the outside wall for the 67 of the mini checks. And as you know, the mini checkette, broken arm. Hopefully that she is okay after that accident. So out of the race as a result will be the 72 of Duchess and the 67 of the mini checks. Again, let me just highlight, that was not Fuller Than You's fault there. That was, I believe that was due to cold tires on the mini checks and trying to get into the turn too hot. So that was not a fault of the 23 of Fuller Than You, even though he is a known wrecker. Somehow, I don't show him as a lap down. He is not a lap down. Somehow he is still in the 31st position after that kerfuffle on the track. So at least one more lap of yellow here at New Hampshire. Let's go through that top 10. Your leader is the 544 Frederick Winklebaum. Second's going to be 11 of TC Roberts. Third will be the 420 of Queen of Hearts. Fourth will be the 471 of Kung Fu Beer. Fifth will be the 999 of Deviant. Sixth will be the 29 of Wishbone Attack. Seventh will be the 33 of Harvey Jones. Eighth will be the 8 of Moon Bunny. Ninth will be the 77 of Zip. And rounding out your top 10 will be the 799 of Mike Check. I know he is probably worried about the mini checks right now. That was a hard hit to the outside wall, but if there was anything wrong, he would have already pulled that car into the pits to go check on him. So you got 3 of the 5 Drop Bear Racing Team cars in the top 10 right now. 300 of Resemble is currently running back in 29th. See if he can move up at all. Your points leader, the 51 of AJM, has fallen back to 15th right now. 122 of Adam Victor currently runs in 16th, so he'll be starting on the outside of AJM. And the 61 of Chevy runs in 18th currently, so that is your top 3 M points. Fourth, the 88 of NM is the last car on the lead lap right now. Back in 33rd. The mini checks out of this race. TC up here on the front row. He's going to try to steal this restart from that 544 Frederick Winklebaum. That beautiful orange and black Dodge Challenger pace car is in. Hopefully for the final time here at New Hampshire. The green flag is out. We're back underway. What a jump by the 11 of TC Roberts right now as the 544 is battling with him. Through 1 and 2, down the backstretch they go. The 11 of TC Roberts, just a half a car length lead right now over the 544 Frederick Winklebaum as they work into 3 and 4. Low line is the preferred line, but it's not always who's going to win. I mean, we've seen it here already this race. The high line is able to make the pass on the outside. But that high line is going to be filled with, the marbles from the tires and everything else as Frederick just comes up and shuts the door on the 11 of TC Roberts right there. So the 420 of Queen of Hearts, his teammate, trying to play spoiler here. Again, Aces to Zeb Motorsports is absolutely looking fantastic this season as they now have 2 cars up here in the top 3. They are looking for another race win here in the More Freedom Series this season and put a stamp on their championship team run here. They are trying to dethrone the champion, the 5-time team champion, MBR, who runs in 2nd position in the team standings, 4th on the track right now. So that is your top 4 as it is a 4-car breakaway at the moment as we see a battle with the 999 and possibly, we got a 3-wide battle back here between the 51, the 42, and the 799. Precarious 3-wide battle down the front stretch as a 122 of Adam Victor has picked the high line here. So your points leader down to the inside on a precarious 3-wide battle. That moves AJM up to the 10th position here. He's looking for more on the 33 of Harvey Jones. Harvey in the Cheerwine Dodge for RP Racing. AJM in the Alp Dodge for MBR. He's going to actually stick to the low line here. Honestly, a good move by that 51 of AJM, as if he would work to that high side, that's the possibility that the 42 of Mel Say What would have tried to work underneath him here. As his teammate, the 25 of JTM, battling 3 wide in the back. AJM is tired of riding behind the 77 of Zip, it looks like. He's going to try to push that 33 of Harvey Jones here. Not going to be able to do it. He's got enough gap to try to get to the bottom of the track. We're going to jump back up to the front of the field in just a moment. As could be a bad move by the 51 of AJM here. So Frederick extends his lead over the 11 of TC Roberts. Fastest lap still by the 999 of Deviant, so Frederick leading the way with about 7 laps to go here at New Hampshire. We'll jump back and catch up to this battle here in the mid-pack between now the 33 of Harvey Jones as the 77 of Zip. I'm trying to remember, I think Zip might fall victim to the 51 of AJM on the outside here. So it looks like AGM's got a little bit of a stronger car on the outside right now over that 77 of Zip. Mike Check has worked to the outside of the 42 of Mel Say What as well. So AJM trying to push the 999 of Deviant here on the outside as they are trying to work around the 77 a zip. 5 laps to go here in the More Freedom Series race at New Hampshire. Again, Aces to Zed Motorsports. Catbird seat for the team standings right now as they got drivers in second and third. As Frederick somehow has just put on a show here in the second half of, well, the last 2/3 of the race after that pit stop, that first pit stop on lap 26-ish. About lap 26. That first pit stop, Frederick has just put on a clinic here on the track and has worked himself to the front and able to keep himself there. He's got the most laps led of the day at 40. So it's going to be a battle for second, third, and fourth as we do see the 51 of AJM is able to work around the outside of the 77 of Zip. He's now trying to work to the inside of the 999 of Deviant. It's going to be a battle on the track for the 8th position here today. So currently into the 10th spot is going to be the 42 of Mel Say What. AJM's trying to keep enough distance between himself and the 122 of Adam Victor, as we saw all 3 DM Motorworks cars, the 122, the 42, and the 47. So Dash has now made his way up to the 16th position here today. We're going to get back up to the front of the field as the 29 of Wishbone Attack attacking the 420 of Queen of Hearts here at the end, the waning stages of the race. We're going to have 2 laps to go we're going to have 1 lap to go as they cross the stripe here. So Frederick out of turn number 4. Going to catch the white flag here on the front stretch. Barring anything insane happening, Frederick's going to win this race, but your battle is for the 3rd position between the 29 of Wishbone Attack and the 420 of Queen of Hearts. So Wishbone trying to move up, trying to give MBR a few more points here on the track as Frederick is coming out of the turn. He's going to win it. Your battle on the track for the 3rd position, it's going to go to the 420 of Queen of Hearts. But your winner here today at New Hampshire is going to be the 544 of Frederick Winklebaum. Let's go through that finishing top 10. Again, your winner is the 544 of Frederick Winklebaum. Second's going to be 11 of TC Roberts. Third will be the 420 of Queen of Hearts. Fourth will be the 29 of Wishbone Attack. Fifth will be the 471 of Kung Fu Beer. Sixth will be the 33 of Harvey Jones. Seventh will be the 8 of Moon Bunny. Eighth will be the 51 of AJM. Ninth will be the 799 of Mike Check. The 999 of Deviant. And running out your top 10 will be the 77 of Zip. So awesome job here today for RP Racing with the 544 of Frederick Winklebaum and the 33 of Harvey Jones. Harvey's going to finish 6th here today, so awesome job for their team here today. Next week we head to Charlotte for the Charlotte 120. Should be an amazing race next week at Charlotte. Charlotte is an amazing track. Looking forward to that. Let's check in on those point standings as AJM is going to extend his lead here today over the 122 of Adam Victor. Chevy's going to fall all the way back to 23rd right there at the end. So lots of points to be able to made up by the 11 of TC Roberts in the top 5. So you're seeing those points here on the screen. Let's also check in on those team and chassis standings. A great day for Aces to Zed Motorsports. They're going to extend their lead over MBR. And Dodge is going to get another win here this season in the More Freedom Series. So you're seeing those points here on the screen. Awesome job here today for the 544 Frederick Winklebaum. And got to highlight the fact that his pit crew really was the star on pit road here today. You saw that gap that they were able to put on the 11 of TC Roberts on their first pit stop, and he really just never looked back after that. TC caught up to him right there before the second pit stop, but after that, Frederick he was the car to beat here in the last 2/3 of the race. So he is your winner here today at New Hampshire. Congratulations to him. And until next week at Charlotte, take care.